So, welcome back everyone for the next part of my Spinny Fuss. Today is the big day. Today, we are finally going to the bottom of the whole Vision conspiracy. If there even is anything that they're hiding over there. I mean, technically speaking, it is a secret lab, but we don't really have the full confirmation about that yet. So for every lead that we had kind of led to a dead end, so this is our only, probably last chance that we get. If there's nothing in there, then friends and I are probably really screwed. Especially Jason. Jason is slowly getting comfortable with the idea of becoming an owl. But personally, I know that he said that it would be similar to Lauren's situation, but it isn't. It isn't. Lawrence was trying to put a bunch of people in danger just for the sake of his revenge. I just don't want Jason to fall into a trap where he's getting stringed along by Owl or Vision. If they know that he can be easily manipulated, then they are definitely going to do that. But fighting against two giants as a little man, that might be a bit of a tall order, huh, Jason? It might be. But maybe we can find a way. Maybe we can show them that we are not the best enhanced human being that they could possibly get around here, and then they just lose interest. How about that? Wouldn't that be much better? But I guess that is something that we have to worry about later, right? Later. Now then, friends. Are you ready? I am, so let us go. Or is there something that you want to say? Why do you ask? Do you have something to ask? Well, I mean, it's because I fell asleep before you came back last night. Did I miss anything? I guess not. Can't really say anything about that, so no. Alright then. It's time for us to march. The final confrontation. The final mission briefing. And who knows what will happen after that. Oh yeah. Alright. I guess everyone is here. That's good. Well, not everyone. Where's 23? Is she not here? Well, about that. She's occupied today. I'll call her back. Emergency mission. What? But wait, what about our mission? Well, she left us all the hardware and software that we need. The mission goes on as planned. But what about... But we need her hacking expertise, don't we? Friend looks at me, inquiring. Wait. Can she make it back in time? Yes. Why was she hesitating? Friends, I need you to take over 23's position. If everything goes as planned, you won't need to do a thing. Still, there could, or rather there should be someone managing the comms, just in case. Well, leave it to me. Any objection, Lawrence? No, I guess it's all good, I think. I mean, the last time that she took over, it wasn't really an issue, right? She did a fabulous job. Now, let's move on to today's mission. First, the objective. We must infiltrate the facility in the shortest time possible and find as much information as we can. For that, I will rely on you, Lawrence and Jason. Data acquaintance takes time. During the process, we may be detected or even intercepted. Here's the breakdown of responsibilities. Lawrence and Jason, you two are in charge of data acquaintance. Cover each other's back while you're at it, alright? I will keep watch and handle any sort of threat. If you attract too much attention, then I'll become the decoy. The decoy? Are we going to do it just like with the previous decryption device? So we just put it in, wait a couple of minutes and be done? Yeah. Well, that's easy enough. Now to the infiltration plan. starting from the breakthrough point en route. Ooh. Here's the floor plan of the facility, recovered by 23. The facility itself is suited beneath Slate Zero. The floor plan doesn't say much about what each zone is for, but the structure and security measures are clear enough. As to our target, all the way in the basement, I see. This should be the service room, by common sense at least. However, as we can see, it's located very deep down, and it's heavily guarded. That makes it an impractical target. Instead, we go for the second best thing. Okay. The main lab, which is a lot closer to the surface. Beware that our purpose is to find out what this facility is for. In that sense, we don't really have to get all of the data. I believe that the main lab should have everything that we need. Now, pay close attention. I will go over the exact plan, step by step. As you can see, the main lab is very close to the main entrance of the facility, which is good news for us. My plan is to exit through the main entrance itself. The main entrance? Hold on, I thought you said infiltration. We can't just take the main entrance for that. I did. If we do it quick enough, it is still considered an infiltration. I will take down all the guards and disable security cameras before they even can make a sound. Next, you will disable the alarm system, Lawrence, in case that we miss anything. Roger that. Meanwhile, Jason, you will find a way to enter the lab itself. Well, I don't think I can just kick it down, but why me specifically? Because you're not familiar with the alarm system like Lawrence is, and we really don't have anyone else on the team. Based on this floor plan, the lab entrance is guarded by 2 gates. It doesn't say what kind of gates they are. Based on experience though, the inner gate should be something of a lightweight. People go in and out of the lab all the time after all. Probably just some glass panels, easy enough to deal with, right? But the outer gate should be much sturdier. Kicking it down is very unlikely. However, there must be a lock of sort on the outside. Maybe security pass, or an iris scan. Finding the key to this lock is your job, Jason. Alright. Look for anything that resembles a security pass, or pick up a researcher that, I happen to knock out for a biometric verification. Any questions? No, so far so good. What if there are no sign of a visible lock? That could happen, yes. But just in case, I have a plan B. I'll bring along some C4 bricks. That should take care of most of the reinforcement gates. However, using C4 is essentially announcing to the entire facility that we have arrived. So we should probably not go for that. Gotcha. Correct. Alright. If nothing goes wrong, the whole process should take about 10 minutes. What about the lab staff though? It can't be empty, right? Well, we could use a researcher or 2 for quick answers at least. I see. Once inside of the lab, you and Jason plug the decryption device in for data acquaintance. And that is basically the plan. Any other questions? Well, the plan sounds a bit rootless. Which type of answers do we want to get out of the lab staff? Right, which type of answers do you need? Well, since it is a research facility, the lab staff must know what is going on inside. While you acquire the data from the computers, I will try a more, direct approach. Just interrogating their people. That way we may have a grasp of the bigger picture before we dive into the data pile itself. I see. Then, doesn't the plan sound a bit rootless? I mean, we're literally breaking down multiple walls, kicking down all sorts of guards and researchers. Wouldn't that leave behind a lot of traces? I agree with you, man. Basically, kicking down the door, knocking out everyone that gets in the way, grabbing the data and get the hell out of there? Yeah, I guess you could put it that way. Being ruthless is the intended effect. Don't forget that we must negotiate with Vision afterwards. For negotiation, we must show them that we are capable. We must be direct and as loud as possible. And leave a big pile of mess behind, so that Vision knows that we are not bluffing anymore. Otherwise, if we just approach them, say that we have their secret lab data, they wouldn't really believe it so easily. Meanwhile, we're essentially making a statement as well. That they can't keep a secret from us. We take it by force if it becomes necessary. Also, speed is a key in today's mission. Since staying undetected is impossible, we should make it a quick job instead. Hit and run before they know what is happening. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Do I need another do-over of the process? Nah, I think I'm in the clear. There weren't that many steps after all. Alright then. Good, in that case. Wait, but how do we pull it out? What about the escape route? The same way that you went in. Speaking of, she hasn't really mentioned how we're supposed to go into the facility yet. Lawrence and Jason, you two take the Vision shuttle to the facility. Isn't it kinda like suicidal to use their own vehicles? The security system of Vision shuttle is very weak. We can just hijack one shuttle and modify its destination without triggering any sort of alarm. 23 has identified the facility in Vision's shuttle station lists after all. It is called the Sleeping God. Oh. Sleeping God? Yes, the very same name that we saw in the flop core data. How will you enter the facility deadline? I have found a few infiltration paths, which unfortunately requires very high mobility to utilize. I will get through one of these paths and neutralize the security personnel for you. As for the escape route, well, 23 has sorted it out. The hijacked shuttle will be there waiting for us. Jason and Lawrence, you two get out by the shuttle as soon as we have the data, alright? I will cover your back, of course, and make my way out when the time is right. That is the current plan. In and out, not wasting even a second. Yes, ma'am. The Sleeping God, whatever it is, means a lot to Vision. Today is the day. We will end it, once and for all. Well, I've been waiting to hear that the whole time. We will end it, once and for all. Lawrence, Jason, here's the decryption device. Oh! Ah! Wait! This time there was no space button! What are you doing? What? The last time you surprised me! I was ready for this! I was actually ready for this! Ah, God! Anyways, and Lawrence, I need you to pick up some supplies for me as well. Supplies? It is from Ivan Seng. 23 is supposed to pick some stuff up today. Huh. I will send over 2 sets of coordinations. One for pickup, one for delivery. Well, I guess you can leave it to me then. And what type of delivery is it? Lawrence must move it to a specific destination after picking it up. It's a plasma cutter. I need that to break into the facility. Better deploy it close to the point of entry in advance. I leave the rest to you. Alright. That sounds like a plan. I wonder if we can use it at some point as well. A plasma cutter, huh? So, what now? Is there any assignment for me and Jason? Well, I will just walk you through 23's remote support system later. Alright, no problem. And for me? As to Jason, well, there's something that we must talk about. Regarding what is going to happen after today. Yeah. I made this clear yesterday that you must join OWL a lot sooner than expected, if you were to decide to do so. About that, you're not beyond the point of no return yet, Jason. The same applies to you too, Francis. Your fate was sealed when Miss Yi sent you the hard drive. And I believe that I'm partially responsible about that. I guess we are all responsible, more or less, right? Perhaps. Well, whatever happens next, Jason, you will still be dragged into our world, and there's no going back from that. Chameleon said something like that too. In this world, you can't ever trust anyone. This is the first lesson that my mentor has taught me. Stay alert, question everything, distrust everyone. Ever since that, I've never really trusted anyone before. I had no allies, no friends. Frankly, I kinda hate myself for hearing his teachings. But reality showed me that he's right, over and over again. I always want to turn the situation around, no matter what's the cost. What's that? And this gun is from my old mentor. Taurus M85 fires old-style ammunition. You could call it an antique these days. It used to be a sidearm. I didn't know about its existence until one mission, when we were trapped in the basement. Outnumbered, heavy blood loss, out of ammunition, with only one door between us and them. He took out this gun, and that was the first time that I ever saw it. It was a secret weapon, his final resort. Then he handed it over to me, told me to cover him. For this moment, I'll trust you with my life, he said. Absolute trust. That is what this gun means to me. And that is why I will pass it on to you, sometimes down of the road. We just met not very long ago. We hardly even know each other to begin with. What matters is that I trust you, and hope that you will trust me in return. I would like you to take over this gun when the time is right. It doesn't mean any commitment, of course. You're still free to doubt me going forward and all. It's just that, for that particular moment, we trust each other with our lives. She looks at me very expectantly. Alright. I heard you. I'm bringing this up because the moment is very, very close, or at the very least, so I believe. As to whether or not to take that gun, it's entirely up to you. Trust each other with our lives, huh? I guess I just decide by then, huh? Yeah. I'm not going to settle for any decisions just yet. Trust and distrust everything, right? Yeah. You do that. Friend is looking this way. And last of all, do you still have that stun grenade, Jason? Well, I do. I guess they forgot to take it back. Oh! So I guess we had two. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Good. You keep it. It's extremely powerful, capable of disabling OWL issues devices. Do you mean that I might need to use it on OWL agents? I mean, you may need to use it on OWL agents. This is your final failsafe, capable of getting you out of basically any sort of situation. So keep it safe. Alright, time for you to go. Lawrence has delivered the supplies. Meet him at the subway station, and Francis will let you know when the right shuttle has arrived. Get going now, unless you have any other question. maybe I have a couple of additional questions. Maybe Friend wants to have a talk now. Because now, things are getting really dangerous. Jay, well, I guess this is how the world works. How? It just keeps on moving, always forward, for good or for bad. Life is kind of the same way, I guess. Nothing lasts, and there's no such thing as a sweet and quiet life. Well, there is such a thing, and we will find it, right? I just want you to know that you don't have to stand up against everything. You don't need to. It's not the end of the world if we can't get our own life back. And I guess everything just moves on. The world, you, me, I guess we all do. Changes are not necessarily bad. So promise me, don't try so hard to dwell on the past. Will you? Are you worried about me, friend? Yeah. Whatever happens today, Jay, well, just do what you think is right. Believe what your heart is telling you to. You can do this, alright? Oh, hell yeah! She's smiling. See you later, then. I won't let anything happen to Jason die. So don't worry, Miss Sheng. Surprised and then smiling. She thinks that I'm just joking. Yeah, you do that, mister. She doesn't know that it was I that answered there, but she doesn't have to. She doesn't have to. Alright then, is there anything else for me to do around here? Doesn't seem so. Alright then, let's go to the basement. Or rather, the shuttles. Hey there, Lawrence. Have you been waiting? Hey, Jason. Well, hello. So, how do you feel? Are you nervous? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, now it's the real deal, right? Yeah, me too. And I also owe you a thanks. Thanks to you, I have found the answer that I spent so much time looking for. You mean our talk last night? Yeah. Actually, I didn't really sleep much last night. There was a lot to think about after all. Huh. But now I have it all figured out. I mean, it's not like I'm suddenly not hating vision or something, or the flop fund in general. The point is that I'm now finally seeing the bigger picture. If I really want to do something for the world, a degree of detachment is necessary. Between helping specific people and helping people in general, I must think of the long terms. In other words, thinking like 9, right? Well, I guess you're right. Almost like her. So, probably. What kind of response is that now? I mean, it's kinda like her, but I'm not entirely sure if you need to copy her perfectly, Lawrence. I forgive you though, because I'm feeling really great right now. I can tell that he found his directions. And that's great. Alright then.
Hello? Lawrence? Jason? Do you copy?
Copy.
I'm passing a message from 9. Stay put when you get off the shuttle. Wait for a signal. She's gonna neutralize the security guards first.
And what kind of signal are we waiting for?
She says that you will know when you see it. Oh, and also, your shuttle is arriving soon. Watch out for other passengers. Do not let anybody else on board.
Roger that.
Comms will be cut off once the shuttle goes down deep enough. Before it emerges on the other end, you will be on your own.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We can handle ourselves. It's just a shuttle. Usually it's a smooth ride from A to B, right?
I have No doubt about it. The shuttle is coming. Action time, guys.
Roger that. Also, I'll be back before you know it. Don't worry. It's a quick mission after all.
Oh, Chase and die. As cool as ever, I see.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be serious. And we are in. In the movies, this is where we find an army of security guards, and guess we don't have to. She killed them! She killed them! She shot through them! I guess that's the signal, huh? I see that Sita was here. No, wait, would she kill? Huh. Yeah. I guess we should just keep going. 9 must be waiting ahead. I guess so. Let me just double check on the bodies occasionally. Need to find for any sort, or rather search for any sort of security guard. Jason and Lawrence. Perfect timing. I'll just clean the place up. She wiped out all of these people on her own? Actually, on second guess, do we even need us? I need you for non-combat purpose. Listen carefully. A patrol team will show up in approximately 5 minutes, and I must intercept them. Lawrence, break into the security room and disable the alarm system while I do so. Yes, ma'am. There he goes. Jason, do you see the control panel there? It says controlling the gate to the main lab. As I said during the morning briefing, your job is to find some way to open the gate. Alright. Kinda looks like a flimsy glass door. I should be able to smash it, right? It's not glass. Hyper-reinforcement plexiglass slab. You need a rocket launcher to smash that thing. Better look for the keys instead. It could be some kind of ID cards, or maybe a biometric verification. Now, hurry. Get it done by the time that I come back. Roger that. Good. Enough talk. Move. We don't have much time. Of course. Of course. Search the body. I got an ID card. Wait. Is that the... Yeah, that is the system. Avon Lee. I need to open the gate. Lockdown. Override. Processing. Is it working? It's already working! Okay, I just need 1 card. That's good. You're fast, Lawrence! And I'm already done. How's the gate going? It seems like it's taking its time there. How much longer does it need? Do you wish to open the gate? Please confirm. Hold on. Night isn't even back yet. Maybe we should just wait. Never mind! She's really fast! She's really fast! I barely moved to the right! I looked one body, got a key, and she's on it! I guess I got lucky. I guess I got lucky. I didn't even read, because she said we were supposed to speed it up. I don't know if they actually have a time limit around here. Either way, I'm back now. Open. You two, wait outside. Alright. Well, at the very least, it seems like opening the gates is relatively easy. At the very least, for now. She fighting again? Probably. Huh. Should we...
All clear. You can move in now.
Never mind. Let's go. We need anything else? Doesn't seem like it, but I'm going to hover my mouse cursor just in case. There are 2 consoles there. Plug in the decryption device now. Of course. Hey, hold on! Who are you guys? What the hell are you doing? Don't mess with... You do know that you could be dead, right? And all you think is your work? Of course not! Trust me, you can't afford to screw this thing up! Hold on, Jason and Lawrence. But what is this facility for? Answer me. Don't tell me that you have no idea what you're breaking into! Really? You don't know what you're screwing up with? Jason, Lawrence, you can go on. Wait! As you can see, this is a research facility. And the research is about flop generation with exceptionally increased efficiency. Does the research involve torturing civilians abducted by the shithole? The what? Torture? What are you on about? No such thing, I promise! Why would he even abduct anyone? Because we know about the children's. That much is true, but we only extracted some of their chromosomes? What? It's a non-invasion procedure. Certainly not torture. We need healthy samples, and torturing them would defeat the purpose. We are civilized peoples after all. There's nothing wrong with collecting some genetic informations. It's just that using this information for commercial purpose is kinda illegal yet. Isn't legal yet, I mean. Or else we totally do it in the open instead. It's just technically illegal, yes, but I swear that we've never hurt any of the children's. I don't think that he's lying. Does the chameleon... Does that mean that the chameleon is lying? Or is this place just another trap? Your boss is spending an incredible amount of resources to keep this whole facility a secret. Of course it's top secret! This is the Red Room's most prominent project. If any word gets out, our competitors will pay billions to replicate or even try to steal our work. I have been living in the lab for the better part of a year. So has the whole team. That's how serious we are. I know a lot of things that we do are not exactly kosher around here. But the bottom line is that nothing is done against anyone's will. And no one was hurt in the process. That much I can swear. Then explain to me what you do, in details. I already told you, we are working on our next-gen technology of augmentating computers with the human brain. Okay. Guess you don't really look that convinced. Well, considering the scale and security measures of this facility, and how hard Vision is still trying to keep it a secret, of course I'm not convinced. I mean, they literally threw friends out of the building just in order to keep us silent. That's too much. Well, that's because they don't see the commercial potential of our work. Once done, Vision will kill the competition, the world, and its oyster. Right, there's something that you must have heard of. The board is considering repurposing some outdated farms into charity facilities. Offer shithole crawlers a place to stay and a shop to do so, to ease the unemployment issue of the government. Do you know how they can even afford to do that? Because of what we do in this lab. This is where the future of Vision even begins. We are enough. I'm not here for a business pitch. What exactly is this technology that you're working on? Well, answer me. I see. Fine. And let me show you. Wait, you're willing to What is that? Are these dead bodies? What the? Deceased prototypes of older iterations, demonstrating the process of our research. Iteration of what? I told you. We are working on a new technology of flop generation with vastly improved efficiency. Are you detaching even more machines onto the human body? On the chest plates? Into the brains? Instead of hiring choosers, we decided to grow our own brains in the lab. And that way it's a lot cheaper. But soon we realized that it's impossible to clone just a human brain. Then we tried to do it the other way around. Clone a whole human, then start to do subtractions. Subtractions? Cutting unnecessary parts off, you know? We only need the brain after all. Most other organs are just a waste of the Oh. This is where our lab excels, mind you. We are not the typical science nerds. We care a lot about engineers and real-life applications. Cost control is a big thing around here. We must simplify the design. One step at a time, we remove everything that is not necessary for flop generation. Eventually, we got this. A stable and efficient organic computer unit. Hold on, is he saying what I think he's saying? Did he leave only a brain? No, it's a full body. Oh my god! Is that a human? The cost reduction comes first. A computer unit must be easy to maintain, after all. By removing all limbs and some internal organs, its nutritional need is exceptionally reduced. Removing all limbs. It can still feel pain though. It feels pain! What are you doing? What? The advantage of using a laser is that it can cauterize the incision site, stopping bleeding and sterilizing the area simultaneously. What are you doing? You killed him! No, he isn't dead. Stop it! Once started, the procedure cannot be stopped. Then I have to disable the whole system! No, if the system is stopped, it will die. It! You just called it an it! Trust me, please! Oh my god! You're just insane! Next step. Simulating the brain. Cutting it off from all outside influences, Sufficient stimulation facilitating the brain's growth, creating much more neural cells. After this step, the brain is 4 times as efficient as a healthier human brain in terms of flop generations. Ah! What do you do? What do you do? Sean sang? It hurts. It can speak! These people are fucking sick! Just give it a stable supply of necessary nutrients. What? And if nothing goes wrong, it easily lives up to 200 years! They have to live like that for 200 years! What the hell? And that's pretty much it. You're a demon! Is he still alive? Of course he is. And acutely conscious too. Or else it won't be able to generate any flops. We don't want that. Right? Oh, and since it grows in a lab with massively speed up procedures, it doesn't have time to develop a proper sentience. It's spooked! To get the brain working, we gave it a replicated awareness of a healthy human adult. What does that mean now? We selected ideal and active juicers for vision farms and copied them. Let's say, the memory of them. Then we passed said memories alongside with an ego into the computer unit. Replication of memories? Is it even like MBUs? Wait! Does it mean this thing is genuinely believing that it is a computers racked up in a Normal flop farm? That makes it a real person! Inside this brain, it could be a contributor at the celestial cellars. Allow me to correct you. First of all, this computing unit is not considered a human. 9! We must help him, He. This is just a computing unit, and not a man. This is an artificially created based on human DNA in cutting-edge science. You can't really turn it back into a human, because it never is a human to begin with. We at least could have put it out of its misery. Is there really no other way? I don't think there is. I mean, they already cut off all of his lip. Unless, of course, we could transfer it over to another brain. If they're capable of transferring memories, then they can move it as well. Like an MBU! I'm just nothing more than a spirit! That could literally be me! In there! There has to be another way to help it, right? Don't be naive. What we can do is end its suffering. Jason, Lawrence, get ready. It's pointless. What? You should see this. See what? All of them? All of them! Marvelous, isn't it? Our work will usher in a new era of civilization. This will power the entire world. There are so many of them. Don't tell me, are these all? So this is what Vishnu's been trying to hide. This is insane! This is not just a research lab after all. Our operation has been going on for a long time now. The lab is only a part of it. We do commercial flop generation on an enormous scale now. Do you know what that insinuates? You can destroy this particular computer unit. Or take it out of the lab and give it sort of life if you want. But it would still be pointless. Can you imagine the political implication of our work? We create a non-human class to exploit out of thin air. Lots of people are biased against flop farming industry because they believe that it is inhumane, profiting by exploiting the bottom case. This is a big step of humanity by creating an even lower case of human beings. Wow! That doesn't solve anything! Do you really think that you can just keep this thing secret forever? Well, of course not. We're not that stupid. This project will be announced when it is time. When it is time? Do you really believe the world will even accept something like that? Why wouldn't they? Ah, let's see. So you are the naive one here. What do you mean? What are these? Just machines, albeit made of flesh, tucked away in an underground lab. Why would anyone advocate for them, or even want to care for them? To the vast majority, they only exist in news stories. So, you get what I say, right? People don't care much about things that they don't see. Maybe they don't want to care at all. That would make life a lot easier. Just sweep the problems under the carpet and call it a day. Just pretending that it doesn't exist, huh? Not really. They put it on the back burner and try to forget about it. I can't really blame them. Oh, there he goes. 9. That crossed the final line. These people did this horrible experiment and don't even feel a shred of guilt about it. They have no sense of morality around here. You two, plug in the decryption device, and then get over here. Of course. What did he lose over there? Oh. Alright, we have a change of plan. I'm blowing this whole thing up! What? Gonna destroy it all? This facility is buried deep enough. There won't be enough collateral damage, even if it caves in. Wait! I must free these manufactured humans from their sufferings. By law, by common sense, by minimal disease of humanity, this place should not exist. Even with Vision's resources, they can't hide it from the world. Now we know for sure that Chameleon was lying. There's no abducted test subjects. Then I have no problem killing every living being in this facility. No need for negotiation anymore. All Vision needs is a lethal strike. You can't just blow it all up. You will die with them, 9. I'm unkillable. You are extra ruthless without 23, 9. Since 23 is stopping her usually. Think about it. Why did the Chameleon lie? Obviously he wants you to be here to see all of this. Then this has to be a trap. I agree, but I'm confident enough to beat this trap, whatever it is. I've made up my mind. Then what should we do then? You two, see to the decryption device. We still need all the data that we can get for the final reckoning. Then I will start the destruction procedure. Alright. This place has multiple warehouses for the storage of combustible substances. I will deploy explosive in these warehouses, as well as several structural critical spots. Once the alarm system comes back online, I will make some noise to keep them occupied. During this time, you will have 2 options. 1. Pull out as planned via the shuttle. 2. Go after Shen Yan, while the rest of the mercenaries are busy chasing me. Wait, he's here! Oh! You said that you saw the recording of Yan entering the premise in the security office, right, Lawrence? Yes, but Yan and the executive of Vision will know about our intrusion soon enough. Then they will try to flee the country right away. Yan must be already on his way out. We have one last opportunity to catch him in the act. I should be going now. Here. What is that? A detonator! She gave me a detonator! Why? If you decide to stay, you might need this. Why would I need this for? For leverage in a negotiation, if you should get caught. Alright, then let us go. Or else, we will kill everyone. Exactly. And in case that you're not able to detonate the charger, we can still do it for you instead. Yes. Anyways, we're running out of time. Think about it while the device is working on the data. Roger that. See you later. Oh, 9. These are the longest minutes of my life. And to make things worse, Yan is also getting away. God! Jason? Yeah? About what 9 just said. I can't tell what's going on behind his head now. But I want to stay and get Yan before he escapes. I want to go after Yan if it's possible. Yeah, we can't just let him get away, right? True. Now, if we really are going after Yan, I go after him first, Jason. You'll stay here until the decryption device is ready. And don't forget to take mine, too. Wait, aren't we going to go together? We just know that Yan is here, not his exact location. There's a security office nearby. I'm going to try to locate him through the surveillance network. That is going to take some time. Just catch up with me when the data copy is ready, alright? We haven't really triggered any sort of alarm yet. Chances are that Yan doesn't know what is going on yet. Come over when you're done here. There's only one way to the security office, so there's no way that you can miss it. See you around. Alright. But is it really safe to form two teams? I guess it won't be so bad if we join forces soon enough. Still. Anyways, it's time to check for the decryption device. Yeah, I should probably do that, but first... Another ID card. RU6. We see on the other bodies. Deep Bay real-time status. Okay. Nobody else is around. Great. Then let me just get the decryption device. Looking good so far. System error. Data copy complete. Access control error. Hit research login. Initiate session? Please select documents. What? I guess the meeting minutes? Personal messages, probably. Encrypted messages? AU06? Access code verified. Opening the documents. Mr. Fu, time is not on our side. Every passing day gives your competitors one extra sliver of a chance. I'm sure you still remember the armed assault a few months ago. Now they're trying everything to get a hold of what we have on Project Sleeping God. They know that we can't mobilize too much security force, lest we attract unwanted attention. For this reason, Mr. Yen has taken unorthodox measures by hiring mercenary groups instead. However, the previous internal test of Project Sleeping God was an astonishing success. Our unnamed ally approves. Ally? Now that you have implanted connection with the system, codename Kokito, I suppose the first off-premise demonstration won't really be far away. Of course, the specifics are up to you. You are the professional on the site. This message is just a heads up though. Lastly, don't you worry about Yen's cut of the budget. He's just a puppet of greater force, with no understanding about the true value of the Project Sleeping God at all. If you're ever short on budget, just let me know. We can provide through separate channels. The short side shall not hinder the course of history. End of message. Oh, I got an achievement for that. Why? Because now I know that Yen really doesn't have anything to do with this. Maybe he doesn't even know what's going on around here. And what's this? We're almost there. Good news, Ray. I just heard the legitimacy is about to pass. If so, they will finally erase the one-premise security clearance thing. Maybe you'll be allowed to go home soon. End of message. Slow upload? Mr. Fu, we have noticed that the upload of research data is abnormally slow for the past week. Upon preliminary examination, the network itself seems to be alright. The most possible cause is that the research data is being uploaded to multiple destinations at the same time. Please check your team for unauthorized use of network, such as keeping unregistered copies of communication with external sites. End of message. So they were already onto us. Other documents, public announcements, change of plan. Hello all, this is Chan Yen, CEO of Vision Flop Farming. Project Sleeping God is making extraordinary breakthrough. Our technology is now generating ahead of its competitors instead. Thank you everyone for your hard work. However, after carefully weighing the situation, we believe research and innovation is no longer our top priority. As I said, this is because we are now way too far ahead in the game. Going forward, research lab will see some downscaling of their budget. Please understand that it does not mean that Project Sleeping God is over. We're just temporarily slowing down the pace. But please, keep up with the good work. Is that related to the encrypted message? Jan was trying to slow them down, but another contributor is speeding up the process again. Let's see. Espionage. As you must know, there's a leak of confidential information a few months ago involving Project Sleeping God. We were just informed that one of our competitors is actively working to steal our technology. Please diligently adhere to all security measures and report any sort of suspicious personnel. Please ensure that there will be appropriated rewards for those who identify and even report acts of espionage. End of message. And the security shift? Hi, this is Seth Lowe, Deputy Security Director. Be advised that security force at the front entrance will be decreased for the day. There's nothing to worry about. Just work as usual. Seth Lowe, wasn't that one of the chameleon guys? So they were planning for this. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Meeting minutes? Okay. Test subject. Replication of minds. As of now, all attempts of embedding replicated minds into computer units have failed. None of them would last over 10 hours. This is most likely the result of pain and terror, which renders the replicant's mind unstable. The current makeshift solution is to just repeatedly override the mind. Next, the selection of appropriated minds. As we have found out, the diversity of minds contributes to the efficiency of flop generations. For this reason, we must avoid replicating the same mind. Select subjects who have not yet been replicated before, if possible. End of messages. So they copy a bunch of different people's minds in a 10-minute interval. So they don't really have to suffer for 200 years. Well, they do have to suffer, but at least one MBU doesn't have to suffer it all on his own.